side.
Hunter looking for that second CZ kill, but Electronic's going to stop him at just the one. Still, there's a lot of damage being done here. Boomich is on 30. I'm assuming by way of scout. They lose a player trying to push out from ramp. And they don't just lose anybody. They lost Simple. Alexi tries to take that same place. The gun has fallen too far away for him to pick that back up, so he'll concede it and play with the Deagle. Unfortunately for Alexi, it's going to be Nico to try and help him, and that's 34 health. But Monacy's coming back with that scout and could still get here in time. Bit looking for something, and sure enough, it is Nico for basically free. Ooh, fire on the feet of Alexi B. Means he falls back into the corner of this site, and Monacy's just not being given any targets to work with, so eventually they get there. Headshot from Bit, 20 seconds on the clock, and the scout just looks to hold cross, but with the flashbangs, it's perfect. Connector guy smoked off, can't stop that front plant, and Monacy's going to take further damage. So a nice slow squeeze from Na'Vi as they earn themselves a 10th round win, leading G2 by 2.
And then we'll see.
Take those, and almost gets Bit.
Some good rounds from Jax. Classy on the entries. Na'Vi came into the match and like, why is G2 fighting our whole flow? They look just like us. No one's really like top fragging for G2, as weird as that sounds. There's no one that's actually got that many more kills. I mean, like Max is out of 11 here.
Yeah, 11 to 8.
Yeah. It has been such a team effort in that regard.
Nobody quite like Bit.
No one quite like Bit, that's true.
Which was something we had to mention.
That was true before the match started, you know?
One of the players who cool off.
Nope.
He's going to start this major ferociously.
It doesn't lose majors.
Oh, almost, Boomich. Almost, my friend. And yet Nico going to struggle as well to finish off the kill, but he gets there. With fire on his feet, he continues in connector Bit.
Oh, there is no way Nico's going to expect that he didn't see this.
But he kills Simple first, so probably well worth it. 4 versus 2. Perfecto not able to catch Jax as he just slides down the ladder. It's being held by Monacy. Remember, a quarter HP for the CT Opper.
Yeah, well, you know where the bomb's at, so you can expect it to be recollected soon.
This is what they want. They want that Palace peak. But, oh, Monacy gives it up. That would have been the perfect chance for Perfecto to come out. Bit kills Jax underneath.
Oh,
that's going to draw the attention. Monacy, he is split between 2 separate worlds.
Ooh,
and now down to 3 HP, so the Molotov should end him. But Perfecto catching him on the cross means the 2v4 to the 2v2. Hunter comes in for this fight. He's got Bit up close, and still they have no bomb. That's the biggest issue. Perfecto will be smoked off. And with both counter-terrorists on the other side of this, he gets confirmed, shot at, and still able to almost slip one in. He's so concerned about CT, but there's nothing there. It's here on Catwalk that Alexi B is standing, and he gets caught off by that, so G2 closed the distance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, leaving the bomb is a little weird. Sometimes you leave the bomb in vision because then the CTs react to it. Like, they'll play a little differently. But they kind of had to get that back in that spot with the amount of time left over in the CTs, both in positions that were hard to get to. That round was almost handed back to Na'Vi, though it got a little sketchy. Monacy was probably doing too much. Jax could have had the underbow cross, and he could have had Palace, and then they were basically fine. Decided to look for it. Nade is pretty beautiful here. Square on Boomich. 35 damage. And Hunter will oftentimes be the first point of contact in these slow crawl rounds because of his activity around jungle window. Very heavy lean from the CTs on the A site. Even rifling on Monacy here, sitting on default.
Oh, Nico, he wants this fight.
Jesus, man.
Oh, bit tucked into the corner of it.
He searched out everything else and knows they must have escorted somebody.
Oh,
You can feel that.
Gets him in the gut. Man advantage here for G2, who are basically out of nades. 3 flashes, 1 frag.
Yeah, surprised to not see any rotations here. They still got 4 on the right side of the map, and Hunter will find a frag. There still are 2 players that will not tell them that B is light. Alexi sitting solo at the moment.
Boomich could still figure this out.
Yeah, they're walking up on him. See if his gun sticks out.
He saw that.
Yeah.
And now he's going to hear the market play as well. Gets the guy back on bench. Remember, Hunter, 8 HP after his fight. And so that bomb's looking to just jump outwards and get itself planted. Simple. Not going to see this as Hunter just holds. We mentioned the lack of utility here for the CTs, but a couple flashes could just get that retake under wraps. Nico's going to be coming in from middle. The only guy on catwalk. They're worried about lurks. Electronics up in the apartments waiting for some kind of a flank, but that one's not coming. First flash thrown from Monas. He gets the 2 CTs out from the door. Simple looking to lock them in. He hits the collateral, pops up, drops Nico, flicks over towards Jax, who's now just the last one alive. And while he will catch Simple's head, it is Na'Vi with the round win.
They did such a good job of setting up Simple in this spot, especially Boomich, like securing the bomb plant, causing enough noise and distraction after getting Alexi in this close right market window position. And then the CTs didn't feel like they could even approach in this spot. Doubling up on bench was huge. Boomich gets a kill in this position as well. And then he just doesn't stop fragging. A great move by the captain to walk up into B. But that was a glaring hole in the setup after G2 had gotten those first 2 frags. Wonder why there was no other rotation. Think about that. 4 players alive and a hole in middle to get up cat. So that means there were 2 ways to attack the B site that only Alexi could watch one, and there was still no help for him with 5 players alive on the CT side. Just did a lot of math on none of it. Sounds good.
No magic on this one from G2 either, so 3-round lead. Ooh. All right, Jax. That's a Huandig and CZ into the equation.
3-round lead, huh?
Yes. Probably.
Okay. Look at this Palace flank that's coming in. Very timely. He ran just the right amount.
Oh, no.
Electronic's dead.
Oh, my God.
3-round lead.
Probably.
Oh, it couldn't get worse.
Probably.
Yeah.
Simple. Oh, no. G2.
Yeah, right.
3v5 unarmored pistols.
Yeah.
3v5 unarmored pistols. Na'Vi did it. They dropped it twice. 2 times G2 have been able to win these kinds of situations.
He doesn't need the gun.
Oh my God.
He
But
doesn't
how?
even need it.
But how?
They all refragged. They got into great spots. Listen, there's a better team that played better CS. Okay. Hunter. Alexi. I'm going to list you off some players. Hunter,
okay.
Alexi, Nico, Jax, and Monacy.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty good team.
Full stop. That's it.
But surely nobody would have the money to make a team like that.
Yeah. Carlos just laughing. Spitting and laughing.
Money, you say?
4,200 on Boomich. 4,750 on Electronic. No buy outside that.
Ooh, that's a sketchy one. Not once, but twice. And this time, 3v5. Man, when he got the kills bottom connector, I'm like, okay, cool. You grabbed a Galil, got an AK. Yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, little freebies. Take what you can get. That Alexi flank. That's the nail in the coffin. Perfecto. Dunked on. Ooh, G2 making this interesting.
Appreciate the bravery for Alexi to be playing in the B site almost solo all the time. They have Monacy here on Cat, but that site was right for the attack. I mean, You scared him a bit with that initial grenade. But if Na'Vi have seen what we've seen on these past couple of rounds, they'd be more interested in it.
The pistols here for Na'Vi, not quite that of G2. Perfecto almost. Monacy chomps him down. So Simple, last face and blasted face as he tries to peek that bench, splattered on the bottom of middle by this kid.
Yes. Now the youngest player at the major, now that Techno 4K has been eliminated.
Look at that little chrome dome. Right between the eyes.
Whenever I see Moses, I get that mad too.
Buy in. Let's see it. G2 with a little bit of magic. Tie this game off because of it. Let's see if Na'Vi can survive the test here. Smokes come over.
Yeah. Like a G2 being all over middle. Let's see if the late lurk has anything to work here. I don't know if Bit threw any grenades. He's going quick. Tack's coming in.
Oh, Nico made sound. Bit hot on his heels. Oh, and
he watches for it and still loses.
Jax able to get Perfecto from the top of Ticket. That's the bomb carrier stop, so the round slowed down for a moment. Boomich looking into the jungle, and Monacy's going to end him right then, right there.
Jesus.
Alexi's nade dunked onto Bit, and we have a 2v4. But we've got Simple on the server. Electronic trying to stay right next to him, trying to stay tethered, trying to stay close. Monacy backs up, and now suddenly the two Ts are taking different fights. Electronic, there's no repeat there from Hunter, so a bomb plant made possible, and Electronic can't finish the second. Simple comes off that plant, gets his first kill, 50 health in the 1v2.
Oh, Simple V2, AK at his feet.
Puts the smoke down to give himself some room. Still has yet to plant. 25 seconds left over. Jumps up, saw Alexi, feels that he's getting close. And a no-scope from Simple makes this one look doable. But here he comes. Monacy on the stairs. His position unknown to Simple. And he's trying to piece this together. Finally decides to commit. And Monacy ends him.
Woo! Right through default, in between the missiles to the side of the body. And they don't have to worry about that. Simple with a thunderous no-scope in the 1v2. The tracking has been extraordinary, barely needs any information at all. He jumped up and saw this and read the walk perfect. I mean, he is just so terrifying.
So sick.
But Monacy equally so here. The beautiful counter in this position. And actually, what a round. Swings the economy in favor of G2. Straight pistols for Na'Vi.
Ooh, an easy first one as Perfecto comes out from Palace on his own.
Yeah. These are map-defining clutches at this point.
That they are. With those two crazy wins with unarmored pistols and now a Monacy versus Simple 1v1. G2 well-earned lead. Extended by an easy anti-eco. The economy blossoms for G2. Na'Vi's still trying to play catch-up, but at least they've got money for the buy. Tactical pause, third time for Na'Vi. Only one more after this. Hoping Blade can offer some input.
Yeah, off the tac pauses, Na'Vi I feel like have such a high win percentage because of Blade getting involved with the ideas, and they absolutely need them right now. I just think so far there are so many small details that G2 are actually pulling off that are a little bit better, and Na'Vi don't have the individuals today behind it. I mean, even that Simple 1v3 is close. He's 14 and 15. Bit is the player who is stealing the show, usually solo lurking to get entry frags, you know, and sometimes winning a duel where he's getting called out still hitting his shot. So Des talked a lot about Electronic. Not his best map so far. And for G2, they don't have any top fraggers either. They just have a really even stack of kills between the 5 of them. Nico will win against Bit this time around. Boom and 3 frags.
Nice.
And gets 2. Hunter gets 1 back and a headshot angle for Perfecto, but it's not good enough.
Can't get out, can't escape. Fantastic flash from m0NESY.
He's had a couple of key flash assists so far in this game. That's one of them. That would have been a 2v2 if Hunter had died.
Simple push back down into the clutch. G2 looking to rise to the top here. A 14th round on the line. And Utility dumped ahead of Simple.
Well, they've been shoved out of this. What a sequence there between the frags from G2, the refrags from Na'Vi, and Hunter's final answer.
And now Simple, he's desperate for a second as the fire burns right behind him, and still somehow he finds a little more room to work with. He's got a smoke of his own, but the flashes again.
Yeah, another one from m0NESY.
The flashes again, and Hunter, yes, the impact felt
again in their
that one.
matchups versus Na'Vi. Hunter has been the king. I would go out on a limb and say he's been the best performer from G2 in the finals. The ones they've lost anyway, which is all of them. but still, somebody who stood out by far and away the most. But again, behind every great peak there's a great flash, and that was m0NESY twice so far in this round. Kiss on the fist for Jax. Keep the morale high as G2 are now on fire.
And 2 away. Drawing blood against Na'Vi in the opening match, the opening round of the Legends stage. Nico kills Boomich, but Perfecto finds Hunter over towards that B site where the bomb currently is, and everybody from Na'Vi leans, at least what's left of them. They lost their top mid player in Boomich. Does Nico want to take a chance? Oh, smoke spam. Nearly catching Alexi B off guard, but
Perfecto's like, yes, shoot back.
Yeah.
I want this.
Simple meet. Nico tries to tuck his head, but Electronic's there to just jump in, take that space, create more of it, in fact.
Oh, m0NESY wishes he was in spawn for this. Now has a harder rotation across the window, but they're the ones who don't want to peek him as well.
It'll take him a little bit of time to
no
get back
way
to
he's coming into this. Yeah, he's just dead, actually. I'm
Done.
surprised he makes that rotation, considering all the connector presence we just saw. There was no way for Jax to stop this cross. He'll get a kill. However, dude, Jax has 100 HP. They're running towards his side of the map. And he has to figure out if they're going to read the HP. Alexi's down to 45. He's playing further around, starts to walk over, and Bit will catch him off guard. That's his 24th kill. No chance for Alexi now.
No, this one fizzles out. And with that, Na'Vi put an end to G2's streak, extinguish those flames as quick as they ignite. With the 12th, a little bit of a B-lean, not only with the kill inside of apartments, but Alexi getting dinked, kind of drew that rotate over. That's why m0NESY was out of position. Na'Vi was still a little life left in them, it seems.
Yeah, m0NESY's rotation was a little bit weird.
To crawl through the hole?
Considering, yeah, I think that he felt like he had to take a risk, which was probably true. But with the Nico dying in window to the pack at the bottom of connector, that's like a free spot for the Tees to go to. I guess, and of course, it comes down to somebody walking up through con and going into jungle. So, wait. Whoa.
They're on ramp.
Okay.
Yeah. Enough crazy stuff has happened. For a second.
I thought he was in BF still. I was just talking.
No, it's
I
all
really
good.
talked that long, huh? What the hell?
No good. All good. That'll be a sigh of relief for Na'Vi. Now G2 take their 3rd timeout, so each team sitting on 1 more as we get into the last 5 of this one.
I'm hyped. Yeah, now that we're in these final moments and the streak is ended, it's a 2-round game. I mean, look at that 8-point font on the notes with all the highlights, right? They're dead serious about winning this another tack timeout. That again, off the tacks, Na'Vi are fierce. They just won that off attack, didn't they?
Yeah. Like you said.
Big blade. He's been anchoring this team, centering them.
Scouting the talent.
Yeah. He's a no bullshit coach. You ask him a question in real life, it better not be funny because he's not laughing, even if it is.
Here we go. Back into the action. A warning shot whizzes by Jax. Simple gets out of there real quick with the bomb. Ooh. G2, all right. Again, off of their tack pause. See if things change too much. They establish Monacy on the angle. He's holding bottom ramp, waiting for any kind of a peek in.
Yeah, he's swinging right now, though. Nico's opening himself up to a bunch of timings, but this is usually where
smoke.
He's scared for his opponents, not him. Did they miss their top con smoke?
Yeah, yeah. No, the top window and maybe top connector, because window was missed and Bit had to burn his smoke for it. Then Jax, he activates.
Oh, that's simple. Dead Perfecto, low bomb spotted, intentions understood. Nico in the right side of the window as Bit crosses by him.
They cross.
But there's a way for, oh my God.
Oh, if Nico doesn't check this.
But who could look back? But Bit's got nothing else to do. He might turn his attention around. Timings here as he walks back out of the window over towards B, and Alexi kills the guy inside the site. Bit still has a way to win this round.
He doesn't seem to have seen that Alexi got over towards Van. At least the time's not too big of an issue just yet. But Bit, there it is. There it is. Confirmation on Alexi. Taps into him. Ends it. Creates an opening inside of the B site. Bomb comes out at 2v2.
Oh, the amount of things that are happening so far.
Dude, there were layers. This one got stringy.
The retake positions are good. There's no one up in B halls. Will they jump up there?
Nico goes and grabs a smoke. Double flashbang here for Monacy. Post-plant position's going to be Bit on Get Right and Perfecto above him supporting the cat so that Bit can just keep his attention towards market. Bomb halfway gone. Kit on Monacy, none for Nico. Smoke, again, still within the equation, but Nico is dead. Insta-kill in from Perfecto, and Monacy, that timidness, it sinks in. They let this one slip, even with the fadeaway frag. It is a 13th for Navi, Bit behind enemy lines.
Oh, man.
Just jackknifes that B site open, and the game goes on.
I can't believe the timing we just saw right there. There was moments where Bit could have seen the barrel from Nico inside the window if he had turned around, just to check the smoke that he walked out of. I wouldn't have been surprised if he did. And then Nico as well, who, with the window smoke, had a timing inside a jungle. And like ships in a night he gets by, it's impossible for him to know what exactly happened, besides the fact that there was a smoke in the window. And Bit all of a sudden was in the market. Can't put that one on Alexi. A timing needed to be called. And with that save, a full buy comes in from G2 to keep Navi at arm's length. Ostensible amount of HEs here on the CT side. And 4 towards A, and this has been their regular setup so far. Navi have a ton of presence inside of the A halls. It's kind of unclear exactly what they want to do, but it seems like Bit is going to set up for his lurk once again. 2 full kits walking away from the A site. Will Monacy disrespect the space? Probably not. He's alone. Oh, Jax dies. They push off that flash.
With that, we now have G2 sinking back man disadvantage.
Yeah, they were ready to push on both sides, and Monacy, he wishes he could join the action on B, but at least he could tell his 3 teammates to gear up for a fight.
But Hunter still looks to go bolster that B site. Nico at the helm of Connector, and Alexi B tasked with a massive challenge. Simple burns himself down to 60. Alexi's going to confirm it. Util starts to come out from ramp, and Alexi B looks to just tuck in here. He has no support, none whatsoever. I mean, he's just trying to hide, trying to minimize himself, and he just lets them walk in, kill everybody. There's nobody there on stairs to help. There's nobody in jungle to even draw attention away. He just hides and dies, and with it, Navi take a 14th,
Whoa.
tying this game up.
Oh man, they didn't play off the information at all. Hunter rotates out towards B after Monacy sees deep into the halls, and they push the palace. They saw Simple with the op. They didn't see the bomb, I guess. But I honestly thought that that's a position where either Hunter can come in for Monacy and push the B halls behind his op, take over control of it, or Monacy can simply go deep if he really wants to and start to walk back. Oh my god, what a flick from Monacy. Okay, and now Hunter will have to try to save.
And he's got it.
Well, yeah, it seems like he'll pull it off.
With an op.
With an op as well. Yeah, they're too far to kill him. 14-14. Do they buy?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Do they buy? They have 5K on one player.
Yep.
An op. I would seriously consider it. But it is one where they don't have to fully invest and they can still see odds of winning. That was such
decision.
That was such a strange move overall at the end of it. But the one thing that worked really well here that Boomich did was just throw that one flash over towards the B site. That was enough to get them to check on the extremity on the other side of the map if anyone was there. Since Mondesi thought an op could have been flashed into that position, that was calmed.
I'm still so confused with how little Alexi tried to do.
I don't know. Like, he should have either played retake totally, or why weren't they all there? You know, why weren't they all there? I feel like there was not enough time for it to be the B side at that point, but yeah, that was very weird. I have no idea.
Well, here we are. What's happened has happened, and what can happen, we're about to find out. Mondesi hangs on to the op. It is the full investment here from G2, and the limitation's clear with an MP9 of FAMAS and lesser nades than their counterparts of Na'Vi. This T side, 3 rounds in a row. After G2 were on fire with 5. 2 rounds left to play. All the money on the line here right now for the CTs. And Mondesi's going to open up. Immediately turns his attention back towards the B apartments. Alexi's going to just clamber on top of the van.
Yeah, they're not full committing off this.
Nope.
Bomb's starting to walk over.
They actually fade away from it.
Still got a ramp control as well for G2. What can Simple do here? There are spots where he could be set up to trade out frags, but it's actually Jax on the crack spot. Back to walking Palace. Just as we saw in round 28. Late smoke down on the ramp, and they can play within it. So I don't know about the
25.
Palace play in this situation, and Nico's going to know that this is Bit walking up into the bottom of the nectar. Once again, he's been doing that.
And there's Jax with just 1. Nico, he's able to get something in the middle of it all, keeps that man advantage up for G2. Oh, he saw that. Simple saw that jump. He expects it. Perfecto just plant that bomb with his 9 HP. Oh. Simple predicting the angle, but Mondesi looking to bring it back from CT spawn. Now Simple knows the last 2 positions, but can he hit the shots? Oh, we know he can, but the question is, will he hit these ones?
He's not playing on default. This is a trick. 40 HP, and they are going to think he's in a certain number of positions, but this means he has to get a kill early to play back towards a bomb.
Smoke goes in. Oh, that's Alexi. That's Alexi down, and now it's another 1 versus 1. Oh, Simple wins it this time. 15 for Na'Vi off of the back of their Stars clutch.
And there's that impact.
And you can lose a 1v1 versus Mondesi, but when it's for 15, when it matters that little bit more, Simple delivers.
There's a position where a little bit of information goes a mile for him, and they give him this peek because the bomb is planted in such a spot they think in the back of their heads, no way he would play here. And then he hits a lightning fast shot onto Mondesi. And Na'Vi have guaranteed overtime and chewed through a Hail Mary buy from G2 where they saved an op and started out with the kills.
Ooh, 1 way from Mondesi. Loses his vision. G2 looking to force OT off the back of a 5v4. They're making something with the little that they still have to hold on to.
They are.
Can Na'Vi still close?
The meta of this round's interesting. You know, they really want that gun at top boxes, but they can't get to it safely. They're playing 5v4, but you better believe they don't feel like it's over just yet. However, neither do Na'Vi. Even knowing they've got a significant utility advantage, rifle advantage, you name it. Still 4v5, it's scary.
Looking to target that B site instead. Who's waiting? It's Alexi. Incendiary in hand. Hunter's up cat, but with an MP9.
Yeah.
And that's where the economic leverage of Na'Vi, a clear advantage. And Hunter, he's not even floating on the bricks. He could start walking back now.
It's a different kind of lurk. They see Bit leaving, and Electronic is
Nico
coming
holds
late out
Cat.
middle.
Nico holds Cat, and with that now, everybody can turn around. Alexi just got shot in the head from Hunter. That's not going to make things easier, but still this crossfire for a moment it held. Man advantage, bomb dropped. 10 seconds for Simple to pull out another clutch, but there's simply no time. He smokes on top of the bomb, and G2 extend play to OT.
Okay, we go to overtime. There are more questions to be answered. I think we needed overtime to solve, because this game has gotten really insane in some moments.
Dude, Hunter almost killed Alexi.
I know, that was close.
Talk about nerves. Just starts shooting his own IGL straight in the face.
At least he didn't have an op.
Yeah, fair point. I'll try to paint this picture like, yeah, the Cat rotate from Hunter. That'll definitely help Alexi.
I thought this idea was kind of cool. I mean, they had a Bit who threw his kit as the underpass lurk, has been just doing that over and over again. A credit to Nico, he has been able to start winning duels there, and also takes out Electronic on Cat as a late player who hasn't been used as a lurk before. So they try to draw attention away from it, and it doesn't work out. And now we are into overtime, which is entirely fitting.
Yeah. For these two teams, let's see it. Oh, caught on the jump over, Boomich.
Another nade death for Boomich, potentially, if he's not careful.
Ooh. Next one's up. Sure enough, between the two frags, they find him.
ISOing
and then
middle.
Jack's also able to cut down that Palace play. Simple, he's just going to disrespect Smoke and try to
looking
get
for
ahead.
Tempo. Oh, his gun sticks out. Alexi B takes out the opper, the clutcher of the team. The man who got him here.
First OT round looks fantastic for G2. Total map control, total shutdown, no openings.
Yeah. Boomich just wanted to sit there. You know, he just wanted a place to sit down. They said no loitering. Here's all of our nades, 3 CTs, and we're going to put them in an underpass to catch you going over to the right side in the first place. So targeted assault, and now it's Perfecto to go down, and G2 win the first round of OT, and it's a very good round. Especially following up from the last round of regulation that got them here. There are no timeouts left.
No.
And we've seen how favorable timeouts have been towards Na'Vi in performing this comeback.
Blade's just going to have to lean back, grit his teeth, and hope that his players can figure this one out. A faster look towards the B-apps, maybe. Boomich not wanting to be on the receiving end of more grenades. Enough is enough. G2, if they're not going to have him push around, then maybe they go to him instead. Heavy mid presence from the defense. And if Nico wants to peek down into underpass, there are 2 players potentially there for the taking, but instead they bite back. Perfecto opens up. Unlike last round, it's Na'Vi with man advantage to start, but Hunter very quickly quells that threat towards top mid. It's not Boomich to die first, but it's still Boomich locked out. Simple, nice shot. Flicks it slightly into Jax. Man advantage taken right back.
Oh, they keep
and G2 boost Hunter to hold.
Yeah, they keep refreshing the spots in middle as well, and Na'Vi continuously want to fight in here. And did a window smoke get missed? I don't know.
Wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah. Makes things a little complicated. Now there's an overemphasis from G2 inside of middle around the 40-second mark. They're probably going to start falling out of these spots, but Na'Vi are not exactly gearing up for their sight hit, and m0NESY is now starting to get nervous about the thought of it ending A. It's a good suspicion to have. As we can see, the T's are starting to move back in this direction. Hunter got a key refrag inside of middle and is in a great spot to get another one.
Should most certainly cut that off, but it's not a kill. It's just a tidbit of damage. And now all of a sudden, they're going to go flooding up through connector. m0NESY instantly killed. Hunter will still get electronic. Bomb's going to be able to cross. There's somebody hot on his heels through connector, and that needs to be Bit to stop it, but Bit gets shaved off. We're right into the 2v2. T-side falls back, plays Palace. Simple, in sight, holds on fire, and waits. We've got a frag and 2 flashes for the T's. We've got no more grenades for G2, but we have Hunter on 4 kills. And if he can pull out an ace in overtime to keep this flawless CT side going, then wouldn't that be magical? After all the ridiculous rounds that G2 can win, After pushing this to OT, is Perfecto going to be enough? They're not watching him. He cuts off Hunter. Time is of the essence. Frag goes down. Alexi sticking this nearly all the way, but Perfecto holds.
Oh.
And Na'Vi ties 16 each.
Oh, Perfecto pulls up for the clutch in overtime. Wow, dude, man, Hunter just kept churning out frags at every single point in the round from a new position. Even when he gets shoved out of a spot after not finding a kill, he still continues on to kill the two suspects that he saw at the bottom of connector 20 seconds ago, but he's got no help behind that. Everybody else falls. Well, G2's antidote to Na'Vi pressing themselves into middle control was continuously refresh spots. Jax coming into connector after Nico dies. Hunter on Cat, getting boosted up on bricks after taking his first peek at an underpass. And it actually is the right call. It was the late mid play from Na'Vi, but it was the individuals from Na'Vi in that one. Simple refragging Monacy inside of CT spawn. Think about how over that round would be if you didn't hit that shot.
Couple of pieces of utility exchanged, a peek down into the ramp. That's some information gathered for G2. But in terms of control, Na'Vi have mid. Alexi decides to swing out the second op. Simple falls past him. Good shot from Alexi B. That's boomage out of this one. 40 seconds left for Na'Vi to try and get that second T round win in overtime.
Yeah, quick shot and punish. Another 5v4 here for G2.
Monacy looking primed. Sure enough, hits bit. Now 5v3. Simple still so close to Alexi. Did he see that?
Yeah, he saw.
Alexi's right there. Simple executes it with the Desert Eagle. That's the bomb. Oh,
the
and
lurk.
Perfecto. He gets through the murder hole. There's a single defender in Hunter on B. And while Jax buys a little bit of time, it's still the end of him. Can Hunter be the miracle? No! Simple up close as they stayed sharp, stayed focused, and stay ahead of G2, barring Nico and a miraculous 1v3. He has no grenades to get out from Market. He has no incendiaries to burn players from their positions. He needs to rely on what he has. That's aim. But aim not the only aspect of this game. Na'Vi, they squeeze out a second.
I was shocked to see this. Two on T side. They get the Perfecto lurk after the Perfecto 1v2 to lock it in. Catching both CT rotations. Another 5v4 start for G2. And that's not enough. The setups have been good. They've been searching out a ramp when there's no T's there. They've been getting some space back. It starts with a simple 1D. And after Alexi got his first kill with the op out of ladder room, I thought that was it. He was in such a strong position. Even though Na'Vi won mid control, they didn't have that cap presence. And G2 had players still left alive. Monacy grabbed another. It was even fact 5v3 before that point. But they took that mid control. It did something with it.
Yes.
They got into the murder hole. And Perfecto, of course.
They paid the entry cost and then got their money's worth.
Yeah, find that timing.
Perfecto with critical impact in overtime.
We're talking about razor-thin margins in the first half, so wouldn't necessarily say this is written and done. Na'Vi only one round ahead. But I think it was Na'Vi who really, played palpably worse in that first half, even though it was pretty close half overall. I wonder if they feel the same way. What their expectations are coming into the second half of overtime. And G2 actually never tried a full A hit. Like they're currently setting up for the right side smokes.
Here we go. Boomage at bat. Gets Hunter first. Jax in sight. Great trade. Use that space properly. Simple not able to find any targets through the smoke. Alexi just rattles some bullets in and falls back. Bomb will be planted default. Quick
it's
pressure
not being
though.
covered.
Electronic.
The flash.
Dude!
Oh, Jax!
That's a huge bit of impact. As he just left Alexi out to dry, he was able to recover. That peak looked like it was going to be the end of the bomb plant. And now Bitten Simple 2v4. Jax has done everything for G2 this round. And by the looks of it, Na'Vi are out. They tap. They let this go. Jax with the impact.
Yeah. Okay, the refrag on Boomich, 2 frags in CT spawn. This is the whole round on him. Just off of those kills. And actually, it was the T side in this Mirage game that we saw Jax have, you know, by far the most stamps in terms of MVPs of rounds. So I'm not so surprised to see him really hit some shots here on the entries and make a lot of space very quickly. That spot where the bomb gets planted default is crazy because they don't actually have CT spawn control. They're just more worried about the threats of actually getting the bomb down with players alive on Cat, players alive in jungle. But I think they flashed CT maybe so that Jax could peek.
Yep.
And was almost mistimed. I mean, it wasn't at the end of the day, but
nearly.
Yeah, that bomb gets dropped. It's not easy to plant it again.
Oh, man, they're playing a dangerous game with that one.
Yeah.
But
there's been narrow margins for both teams, to be fair.
Still anybody's game.
And now Na'Vi are being a lot more active about middle. This is way different from what we saw in half number 1.
Jack's going to try to rinse and repeat, look for another clean entry pathing, but this time hitting B. Util starts to come over. Perfecto fully blind. Bit able to hold off one. That's the bomb confirmed and down on the dirt. Jax has been spotted. A second here from Bit. He's just letting them trickle outwards. This continuity in the flashbangs. Finally, something comes back. It's Modesty and Nico in the 2 versus 5. They put the kid in the clutch and Boomich ends him. Na'Vi have taken 18 and will have another match point to work with.
Oh, now we're talking. Now the energy's here. They're thinking, and they stopped that first kill. I think they needed to get out of the window in that situation instead of just peering out over towards Van, and they got mauled. This is 2 rounds. G2 decide to go for full A, then full B. 2 things that they really didn't use very often. Maybe the B sites a couple of times. But overall, the T rounds early on, if we don't have a short memory, were insanely slow, and that's not been the case right now. They've thrown it out the window to go back to their old style. And it could be because of the activity from Na'Vi as well. They've been kind of much more frisky about all of their different positions here now around connector and jungle.
Oh my god, electronic
4
peaks.
T's seen off that peak.
Holy hell.
That is an insane amount of information to gain.
And yet Bit goes forward. All that presence, and he looks to lock into the bunker. He taps the vent. They're able to get past him. Perfecto's going to be under question, but Bit gets the bomb, and Perfecto cuts it off on the other end, and with that, Na'Vi survived the test.
Bit with the headshots are back.
It takes a little OT, but Bit is back in his entirety.
Yeah, one
Excellent
bullet.
game from him. Excellent clutches from Simple. And an awesome showing from G2 that took all of us by surprise. A different flavor from G2. A different look in regulation. Na'Vi survived their opening match. Na'Vi survived their test. And G2 will join the other great teams at 0-1.
And 0-1, yeah. If it wasn't already a nightmare. Either of them going down was going to be tough. This is a Mirage game that they damn near had. I mean, you know, they touched on to 15 or 14. It was like 14-12 at one point, of course, but leave it to Na'Vi to perform a comeback. And it's crazy to just see like the composition of the rounds change so drastically in terms of game philosophy as the game rolled on. And we saw Na'Vi get more aggressive on their CT sides, and G2 also pick up the tempo on their T sides. Has me wondering what that first half was all about.
Yeah.
But how long ago that was.
More questions, and some answers. But to give you guys even more answers to unpack all that, we pass this one back over to the analysts.
There was a reason why this matchup was viewed as such a split affair, and Mirage delivered exactly that. Na'Vi are the ones to be pushing it over the line at the final minutes, gentlemen. What a fashion to be doing it. I don't even know how we're going to be breaking down this.
Yeah, what a comprehensive game of Counter-Strike. Just so many different looks in that one. We had clutches, we had star power, we had great strategies, excellent splits. That gave us everything, Maniac. I don't even know where to start, so I'm going to let you do it.
It's the highest level of Counter-Strike, and I think it's the best proof you ever need that sometimes a game of Counter-Strike is decided in a millisecond, a minute timing. So many of these rounds were drained to the last second, were played on a timing, that window lurk, for example,
Yes.
let's just get by G2. These were decided by details, and I had an amazing time watching it.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely incredible to witness. I mean, we're just looking at the scoreboard across the board, the fact that Bit, 31 kills, bottom fragging, Boomage, 17 kills, literally almost exactly the same when you look over the side of G2 as well. It wasn't necessarily a question of those individuals, but one individual I was really impressed with, already said his name, was Bit. We were looking at him coming into this to, be delivering, rather, that consistent form that we saw in 2021, and I am liking what I'm seeing from him so far.
Yeah, extremely high expectations for Bit, and he delivered hugely in that game. You could see just towards the very end, so many of these rounds he's in a position to multi-kill, and he does so perfectly, and he even plays it cleverly. It's not only based on his aim, it's not only based on his mechanical prowesses, he knows when to fight, when to cut back, get back into the game. He got the bomb towards the very end. That was massive. He had a huge game from Bit.
You say it's not all about his mechanics.
It's not only about it. Not only about it.
This guy had 23 headshots. Okay, that is insane. I usually don't care that much about headshot percentage, but when your time to kill is as fast as Bits, when he's running into a bomb site, it is tough to stop him. You think you're ready, you think you're in a good setup, but he broke some of those setups open for G2. The way that he is able to just on a dime stop, find the headshot, move on to the next target. It is explosive stuff. It's what we needed if Na'Vi really wanted to be contenders at this major. We needed Bit to show up. We needed Simple. We got it. I want a little bit more from Electronic, but at the same time, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Na'Vi already.
Yeah, we definitely got what we wanted from Simple as well. I want to throw round 29 into the mix. That was one of my favorite moments from this map. An incredible clutch from Simple.
Yeah, I feel like round 29 is all that Simple is about. It's the beauty of Simple. It's the finest detail of what he can bring to the table. It starts with m0NESY picking up that first kill. This is the 5v4 with 30 seconds left. G2 have everything they need. They have 2 rifles close onto the A side. They should be able to finish off and go back to 15. Here that timing being found by Electronic, pushes them down the drain, kills coming in from Jax and Nico, trades happening, and this is now what Simple is about. It's about searching for information. It's about maximizing any kind of advantage you can find in the clutch. Beautiful wallbang onto Nico. He had spotted him before. m0NESY finds Perfecto, and now Simple starts to dance. And even before he got there, he played around angles for so long. And there is only Simple, I guarantee you, only Simple in the world plays that 1v1 like this. That angle didn't even exist before Simple played in that 1v1. I am not kidding you. He is the only pair on Earth that would actually take that 1v1, because at the time he knows, I have 0.1 second to find the shot, but I will.
I just want to quote you, Maniac, I hope you don't mind, before that round happened. You said there's absolutely no way Na'Vi should win this round. It is literally only Simple that could make that round work.
Just looking at that angle, there's so many reasons people don't do that. You're playing left eye kind of crouched angle into a right eye swing. All of the mechanics work against that, but Simple just trusts in himself more than anything, and he knows the panic that m0NESY is going to be experiencing. He knows that he wants to just run to the site. m0NESY recognizes the win condition for himself in that moment. Just get to the bomb. That's the danger of getting back to Tetris, is that if they stick that, you have to charge onto them, and he knows that is the one shot he has. That's a one he has to take, and he makes it count.
And even before he gets to that position I just briefly mentioned, in the 1 versus 2, he drains time. He fakes plant twice. He uses the smoke on side. He fakes again, jumps above the smoke. How many times did we see him jump at the edge of the smoke? Because he's just trying to gather information. He knows if he can spot one of the two, then he put the pieces together. That's why Simple is exceptional. Because in that 1 versus 2, if you give him just an edge, you give him a millimeter, he's gonna take it, he's gonna clutch you.
Even the trade he got to open up that 2v4, that wall bang right through the edge of the balcony, I mean, everything he did in that round, start to finish, just fantastic stuff. World class, best in the world, hands down.
I love that we're seeing an informed Simple to be beginning off the major as well. I mean, I do want to give some props to G2 throughout this. They did look really, really good. Some of the individuals really shining. I know you were talking about Jax having some really instrumental, impactful moments. Just unfortunate that they couldn't push it over the line, and now they're going to be falling into those 0-1 teams.
Yeah, it is unfortunate if you're G2, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good you play against Na'Vi. You're in 0-1. You're going to have hard matches coming your way. I hope they are not too hurt emotionally from dropping the ball in that one. I think they had what they needed to close the game. Remember, they won what it is, an eco round, like 3v4 worst situations. They had all the cards, they had all the tools to go in that 1-0 category. Now they have to reset. I like the approach. They gave us a new flavor on the T side, something we haven't really seen from G2, but it just wasn't enough, and I hope it doesn't chip at the confidence.
Yeah, this felt like a little bit of a wasted performance from Hunter.
Right.
He played out of his mind. It felt like every single round he had ways to bring things back for G2. His mid holds were dominant at that. I'd say on the T side, he also found ways to just have so much impact. Just Hunter in a mid-round is one of the best in the world, just hands down. I before, when he was kind of coming up, saw him almost as kind of a NAF type. He has surpassed NAF. He is one of the best riflers out there, and in a game like this, where every single frag matters as much as it does, Hunter delivered so many, but it's just a shame because he was kind of coming up, saw him almost as kind of a NAF type, what their losing condition in a round was, and sometimes they played into those a little bit. Sometimes there's just that solo player on B. Sometimes there's just a rotation or an opening on the map that they just don't actually keep track of. Those moments came back that seemed to catch so many of the other